Yo, Little Crab here. This build is a Bloodwave build where we're using Darkness to utilize Shadowblight. We're using Blood Orbs to reset Bloodwave's cooldown. We're getting free Bone Spirits, and we have the safety of Blood Mist. I've got a build planner link in the description for you to refer to, and before we jump in, if you want to keep seeing Diablo 4 content, especially now that we've got Season 1 coming up in 2 weeks, July 20th, if you like and subscribe, it really helps the channel out. And now into the skill tree. Again, the skill tree will be in the planner in the description, but one of the things I want to mention is why we're using Bone Prison. So when you take the Ghastly Bone Prison upgrade, it gives us an easy way to trigger vulnerability, but there's also a weird interaction where the rapid ticks of it constantly reapplying vulnerability actually trigger Hewed Flesh. Even though it's not doing any damage, we still generate corpses from it. And it's an extremely efficient way of generating corpses compared to using Reap, where we can only get one corpse for a huge pack. With Bone Prison, we can generate tons, even on single target. If you get the boss in the circle and they stay in there, you can generate 4 or 5 corpses. We're also using Corpse Tendrils with the Blighted upgrade to spawn a bunch of Blood Orbs, and we're using Abhorrent Decrepify to reduce cooldowns even more. The damage rotation I've been using for clearing typically is I curse with Decrepify, then you Bone Prison a big pack, Corpse Tendrils everyone in to make a bunch of Blood Orbs, then you Bloodwave, and then Blood Mist into all of them and go pick up all the Blood Orbs, and then you spam Corpse Explosion if you need to like clean up or in between cooldowns. And that's like the perfect scenario. Sometimes it's a little spooky and you just gotta blast Bloodwave first. Try to use Bloodwave first so that all the Blood Orbs you generate from, say, going into Blood Mist actually reduce the cooldown. For gear, we're using 2 uniques. First one is Howl from Below. These gloves just make Corpse Explosion feel much nicer. No one has to sit in the same spot. The corpses, the explosions actually run and target people. And the second one is Blood Artisan's Cuirass for the free Bone Spirits when we collect Blood Orbs. I would not use this chest unless you've got a good roll on its unique ability. Otherwise, try to fit something else in there. Since we're using 2 uniques, it kind of feels like we're tight on aspect space. There's one big one I'd like to fit in, but I don't feel like I have room for it. And it's Edge Master's aspect. Which I tried on my other 2-hander, but the Shadowblight one just feels much better. The aspect that causes Bloodwave to fire 2 additional waves is super good because of the Supreme Bloodwave upgrade. So each wave is spawning 3 Blood Orbs, so that's a total of 9. The only issue is you have to make sure you have room in front of you because the orbs spawn staggered. So what I mean is the first wave goes and 3 Blood Orbs spawn really close to you. Second wave goes, they spawn a little further away, and the third one, they're pretty far away. They're like at the edge of the screen. So if you're in a small room or like a tight hallway, those extra orbs don't have anywhere to spawn, which means you are missing out on cooldown reduction, a free Bone Spirit. So sometimes it's better to kite things to where you have a longer hallway, or make sure you aim it down the hallway, not at a wall. In the Book of the Dead, we're sacrificing the Reapers for shadow damage. You could also choose the Defenders for non-physical resistance if you feel like you need it. We sacrifice the Cold Mages for vulnerable damage. And for the Golem, you can sacrifice either the Bone Golem for attack speed or the Blood one for more life. I'm currently doing the Blood one. You can take your pick. For Djinns, we're using Sapphires and armor and Amethyst in our weapon. And on the Paragon board, I'm using Blood Drinker in the first socket. This gives us Fortify from our Blood Orbs, which is nice. Our second board is Blood Begets Blood for more damage after picking up Blood Orbs. And the glyph I'm using in that one is Darkness. On the third board, we are doing the Wither board with the Undaunted glyph. And the fourth board is Scent of Death, since we've always got a bunch of corpses around us. So yeah, I've been loving this build. It's super satisfying. It feels like it's got good defenses. It's pretty active. You've got multiple buttons to push. You got to get the rotation down, which feels good when you actually get it going. Yeah, I haven't min-maxed it. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm changing builds every week for you guys. But it was super fun, felt pretty easy to set up. I'm going to leave you with the rest of this nightmare dungeon. You can see the boss damage. It slows down a little bit on single target, but it's pretty safe. So taking an extra 30 seconds to kill the boss is not a big deal. Yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching.